Hello everybody, and welcome back to the Kingdom Hearts 3 playthrough. Today, we finish off searching across the Caribbean for everything that we need. We've only got a few more treasure chests to go, and I think it's just one lucky emblem. So, it's obviously not going to be quite as long as previous excursions have been. But, we might still be here for at least a little bit. So yes, I believe that this is one of the islands that I had explored part of, but not all of, so it's where one of the things was missing. We'll definitely be going back to the Sandbar Isles, because I know that there is definitely one treasure chest there that I didn't get my first trip there. I did search for it, as you know, is testament in the previous part, but I didn't find it, and it was really, really annoying, and really frustrated me. But it's okay. It'll all be fine, because this is sort of the last time that we'll really be spending a huge amount of time in the Caribbean. I mean, obviously we will return at a later date, because well, certain things that unlock after the end of the game, we need to kind of come back and do that. And also, there is a whole thing with needing to, you know, collect certain materials in order to synthesize things, because I am going full pelt on the complete the synthesis log, effectively. Because I'm just that type of crazy, and I wanted to 100% the game if I at all could. And obviously now that, you know, there's the update, technically that I've got a bit that I could do to sort of properly 100% it. But no, I'm not going to do that, because that's just more work. And also, to be fair, I've got more than enough games in my backlog that really I need to actually play. Along with new games coming out in the near future. I think I've not got anything until June at present, which I think is Fire Emblem Three Houses. I think that's the next game on my my list. But it's all good. And also, I feel I should probably point out, I do realise that in the last part, or one of the last parts, I did call the Wheel of Fate Keyblade the Highwind. Obviously, Highwind is the name of this particular form, Wheel of Fate is the name of the actual Keyblade. But to be fair, and also you've got the Storm Flag variant as well, but to be fair, can you blame me? Like, I remembered quite a lot of stuff about Kingdom Hearts over the years. Getting that little tiny bit, a little bit wrong, I mean, it's the same thing. You deal with it all in the same fashion. To be fair, I probably would have quite liked it if the Keyblade had been called the Highwind, because that would have been quite a nice, just overall callback to the first ship that we ever created in Kingdom Hearts. Obviously, the ship that Sora, Riku, and Kairi were going to use to go find new worlds. The default name for that is the Highwind. And it's the same for like the gummy ships and so on and so forth. So for us to have a Keyblade named after that in, you know, the place that's got all the ships and stuff, it makes sense. And it feels right. But Wheel of Fate is still quite an awesome name, and also it's just an awesome Keyblade in general. So really, I'm not going to complain all that much about it. Now, I believe that one of the chests that I actually ended up missing might have been on a ledge around here somewhere. Basically, I just wasn't looking below me when I should have been. I think the issue was that I was just way too focused on the enemies and getting up to the top, that I didn't think to look at all of the ledges, or I could be completely wrong. Honestly, at this point, don't know. Oh, well, there was a random chest just sort of hidden in a nook there, as you do. Yeah, I think it's probably one of the things that I did mention previously is that the chests in Caribbean a little bit too hidden in the mass of things.
I bet we'll find some ingredients around here.
Also, yes, Goofy, I'm sure you will. Also, I really, really, really wish that I had Glide right now. Makes getting around this place a lot quicker. So, where are my remaining things? So, it looks like there is one on this island, which could be fun. And actually, let's see if I can, actually, before we get to the end of this part, actually decipher the names of all of the islands. Because it's one of the things that sort of I tend to do, and I just haven't gotten around to it yet. So obviously we don't need to worry about the huddled isles. Obviously Port Royal's Port Royal, so obviously the Sandbar Isle is a sandbar, so there you've got Exile Island, makes sense. Isla Verdemontana. So obviously anything that says Isla or Isla is just island. So Verdemontana is just giving me various hotels. But basically it is a green earthy copper carbonate. Or it just means green mountain. Because Verde, green, Montana, mountain. So that's one for you. You got Forsaken Isle, that's pretty much obvious. Confinement Island, Ship's End. We've got Shipwreck Cove. I feel like this list has missed a few things off of its wonderful thing. Maybe this other one's going to give me a little better. Okay, this is a better list. So Huddled Islands, Undersea Cavern, Southern Waters, Northern Waters. Oh no, now it's just giving me. See, I just want a list of islands. Gosh darn it!
This islandness would vex you in best sense.
So yeah, so Huddled Island, Undersea Caverns, Exile Island, Horseshoe Island because it looks like a horseshoe. Horseshoe Island's got quite a lot on it actually. Isle of Luck, pretty much in the title. Confinement Island. There's all stuff in Port Royal. So then we have the Sandbar Island, which is made of sandbar, because there's quite a lot of stuff there. We will be back. Jesus Christ, how many things were there on Sandbar Island? Like, my god, it just keeps going. So then you have Ship's End, which is the end of ships, basically. The Isle Verdemontana, so the Green Mountain that we've just discussed. Isla de los Mastilles. So, mastile is basically nautical masts. So, it's basically Isle of the Masts is that one. And then you have Gateway of Regret. So that seems to be all of the island names that I can see here. I could obviously be incredibly wrong, I could be missing a few, but that seems to be all that exists. So, I mean, that's alright. But I did think that there were a few more Spanish words in there, because all of it's in Spanish. Which, as I'm sure you can imagine, I don't know very much Spanish. Well, I know practically no Spanish. Any understanding that I have of Spanish comes entirely from my very basic knowledge of French. Because a lot of those European languages, so French, Spanish, Italian, they all come from very similar roots. I believe it's a Latin root, specifically. So, a lot of words have, well, they end up being very similar. So, like ice cream, I think most of them sort of have the glacé type thing. Also, yeah, this is a hidden blooming area. It's like another of those like little hidey holes, and you're just like 3 chests there, just waiting to be collected. All I needed to do was take a leap of faith into this mysterious depths. I mean, I think I was very happy that all of these were so close together. Otherwise, I think I would have had a slight hissy fit of just going, for the love of God, not more driving around here. I want to get on to the next world, because the next world's quite fun. And also, I say fingers crossed, but we'll see. Fingers crossed the closest that Kingdom Hearts will ever get to including Marvel in the franchise. Personally, I am sort of the opinion that it doesn't necessarily need Star Wars or Marvel in there. At least for now, anyway. I think that, considering, you know, you've got over 50 Disney films that you could technically play around with, I think that you're pretty much okay to not use those other studios. I mean, also now that you have finally introduced Pixar, because Pixar has always been incredibly associated with Disney, it sort of makes sense. Use up those films first, and then we'll worry about everything else later. Because I think that you could get some really fun worlds out of, like, Moana. I think you could probably do a really, really fun Robin Hood. I think that would actually be delightful. Also Treasure Planet and Atlantis, The Lost Empire. I think those would all do really well as worlds in the Kingdom Hearts franchise. I'm trying to think what other ones we haven't done yet that would be good. I mean, Black Cauldron would be pretty fun as well. I mean, it would be a chance for Black Cauldron to get a little bit of love, considering how much non-existent love there is from, like, not many people like Black Cauldron. And hey, look, it's that lucky emblem. That's the last one that we needed here, and was also the one that basically was what showed off how you unlock the secret ending. That was the one that they revealed as a screenshot. So I think you got those that would be quite fun.
What a show here.
Potentially, me and the Robinsons could probably lead to quite a fun little world. I think you could also get a really good one out of A Bug's Life. That would be quite fun. So yeah, I think that there's a lot of opportunity. Also, for the love of God, give me Lilo and Stitch on Hawaii with all of the experiments. Like, seriously, that is what I need in my life. So yeah, I think you've got a lot of options before you even need to think about going into Marvel and Star Wars and all that jazz. They're just not needed. And I think that they probably need to wait long enough that Marvel and Star Wars are entirely synonymous with Disney. Because I'd say that while obviously everyone knows that Disney own them, they're still very separate entities that nobody really properly links to Disney. No, they know that it exists and that connection exists. The same will occur with Fox. Like, everyone's sort of aware that obviously the Fox deal is, I think, done now, and so Disney own Fox, but that doesn't obviously mean that it'll all go swimmingly. In terms of, it'll take people a long while to figure out what's going on. Also, this is a cheeky thing. Like, just on this random archway, there's a chest. Like, my god. But either way, we've gotten all of the lucky emblems, so that's good. And I believe that we should only have one treasure. Yes, one treasure remaining, which, as I said before, is located on the Sandbar Isles. So yeah, we need to go back and pick that one up, and hopefully I won't, be tearing my hair out trying to find it, because I think, that would do me in a little bit. I need new stuff right now. I think that my pirate's brain has well and truly fizzled out. And I need a good bit of story to lift me along through to what is ultimately going to be the final stretch of the game. Like, the next world, which is San Francisco, is our final Disney world of the game. And from that point to the end of the game, it's full-on Kingdom Hearts, and oh boy, we are going to have an absolutely delightful time with it all. And honestly, I am really excited to go over all of that stuff, because it's really quite awesome. And right, so my first stop on this island is get the crabs, because as you can see, I'm not actually that far off of fully leveling up the Leviathan. Like, 300 crabs is it. I mean, it sort of is a lot, but as you can see, that's a very easy sort of 25-30 right there. And here comes the question of how long is it going to take for me to find... That was how long it took for me to find that treasure chest. For the love of God. You see, it's all about angles. All about angles. And, yeah, but thank God it is done. I can move forward with my life. I'm not going to, sit and just want to murder the world for not being able to find a single treasure chest. So it's all good. And hey, you know, whilst we're here, I might as well just sort of buff everyone the hell up, because I think one of the things that maybe could have been done is sort of, yeah, just more abilities in general. Or a need to use some of them a bit more, but it doesn't really matter. Anyway, before we do much more, we're going to go to the bistro, because obviously explored the world, gotten some new ingredients. We need to see what wonders we can do in the kitchen. Because we can do a couple of things in the special menu. The special menu is definitely a lot more difficult. The ingredients are rarer, and the margin for error in your things can be very, very challenging. So yeah, I just got to go on that. Passable, which is good, but you do want to try and aim for an excellent on everything. I can't remember whether I think the Keyblade just requires excellence on everything on the main, on like the normal menu. And good grief, I'm just getting good. This isn't good. I thought I was better than that. But it's okay, because we've got some more things where I can get some excellence. So just don't mess it up. And I messed it up.
Sorry.
Yep, I totally deserved getting egg on my face right there.
Nice.
But thankfully, I have pulled it back. I've got an excellent. Now please let me keep those excellents going for the rest of the meals that I'm going to be making. Oh god, we've got another egg. Of course, we've got another egg immediately afterwards. And then I've screwed it up with the good. Once again, it's passable, but it's not what I want. I want the excellence because I want to prove that I am a masterful chef.
Nice.
Well, that's two excellents of...
We did it.
Not as many as it should be. But at this point, we have gotten a pretty decent amount of the meals on the regular menu, which is pretty nice. I don't believe... Well, we're not going to sort of complete it before the end of the game, if I recall correctly. But it is okay. Because while the Keyblade's good... I don't think that it necessarily would be entirely fitting for the final stretch of the game. But we have earned a new star right there, so I will take that. So how many left? I didn't even give myself a chance to look there at how many we had left. Far too many on this special menu, though. Whew! But, yes, lovely callback to that wonderful cutscene of Hena Pentanulette kicking ass, taking names, and also proof that Xehanort's not quite that good at keeping everyone who is a member of his organisation on the level. But yes, we are good. Caribbean is complete for now. And so, let's just make sure we've got everything ready. I believe that we are pretty good. Still got quite a lot of things I need to do in the grand scheme of things, but it's okay. I did have the thought of, do I go and try to 100% like level up the Leviathan before I leave here? And the answer to that question, like that thing, was no, that is not what I'm going to do, because I will be here forever, and I've already been here forever. I did think about doing it off screen as well, but then I was just like, no, that's not the way I roll. Like, I've shown you everything else. I should show you fully levelling up the Leviathan and give you an idea of sort of how much extra work it requires after this point. But thankfully, we are done with the Caribbean for now, so next time, it's time to head to the penultimate world of the game. Let's go.